Jonas jokes about dumping Taylor Swift. So Joe and his brothers were recently on E's Fashion Police with Joan Rivers, and Joan Rivers asked Joe, quote, "Joe, you're the one who dumped Taylor Swift." He then responded very quickly and said, "I think it's me and a few others, but yeah." Then Rivers presses, "You did it over the phone and you got 3 songs written about you." Then his little brother, Kevin, says, quote, "We still haven't seen the royalty checks." They all laugh. Then Joan also asks about the sex tape rumor between he and Swift, which then Joe joked, "I'm still waiting to see it." Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Joan is, because Joan Rivers.
Oh. That is true.
Do purity cock rings exist?
Yes.
Thy Jonas has returned. All right, so normally I'm not one to sympathize with Taylor Swift, but I did here. I felt bad for her because, again, it reminded me that he broke up with her over the phone, and then how he just like joked about how everybody dumps her made me feel bad for her.
I feel bad for Joe because these are the questions that he's still getting asked, meaning he's not really doing anything right now.
Points for Bree. That's so true.
He's not doing anything. He's on Fashion Police.
Oh.
Apologize.
Did he come off Jonas-y?
No, I feel like that's the type of question where it's just like been there, asked that a million times already. Like, come up with something different. I mean, Joan, I love her, but you could come up with something way quicker than that, Joan.
In Joan's defense, we want to know. We still want to know about Taylor Swift and Joe Jonas.
Timeline of it. It gets to a point where eventually it gets to a Joan Rivers show, and that's when you know it's like jump the shark. Like she got around to it when your grandma's asking.
I feel like he's always been kind of a tool bag, seriously. And this was one of the things where, first of all, I met Taylor. I worked with her on a commercial one time, and she is a total sweetheart. Like, I expected a giant diva in this huge, like, commercial setting. Really just soft-spoken, and like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like she has the same, like, I call it Jennifer Aniston's disease, where it's like, you don't know what's going on because you seem like a really sweet, great person, but something is going on where everyone is running for the hills from you, and so I don't know what it is.
I initially, because we have talked about Joe Jonas before, and he sounded douchey then. He sounded douchey to me when I read this report, so then I called one of his ex-girlfriends, talked to one of his ex-girlfriends. She's actually been on the show, Danny Vitale, and I asked her, the 411, I said, "Is Joe Jonas a Jonas?" And she said, "Absolutely not." And she also used to dance with him on tour. So not only was she with him for, I think, over a year, but then she also toured with him. And she said he's actually really nice to his fans, and he's a really nice guy. And then I felt like an ass. But sometimes he comes off as a douchebag.
Maybe so, but he's getting asked these questions.
Right, exactly.
So how are you, I mean, I would get annoyed too if they kept bringing up stuff from my past. It's like, how is anyone supposed to move on if you keep bringing it up?
There's totally a sex tape too. Everyone's got a camera on them at all times. There's totally a sex tape out there.
I just feel really sorry for all these rich celebrities who have record deals and are just raking in the money, and you know, I just feel bad.
Yeah, their
for
life
them.
is tough.
It's tough.
They've got a tough life.
When you have to answer questions from Joan Rivers, it's really difficult.
I love Joan Rivers.
She's
so nice.
Yeah. She's super nice.
Have you met her?
Yeah, I met her. My dad was on her show with his earthquake simulator. My dad.
Yes!
And she got on it, and there's a clip of them riding it together, and she's making sex jokes. It's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
So what did you guys think about Joe Jonas on Fashion Police? What did you guys think about his comments about Taylor Swift? Do you think that he's a Jonas? Do you think that Taylor Swift deserves it? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Trigger.